next honoree is Dr. Robert Lee Wright, a civil rights activist, high-tech entrepreneur, and federal administrator. Born in 1937 in Columbus, Georgia, to a bricklayer and a nurse, Robert Lee Wright grew up in the deeply segregated South during the days of Jim Crow. His brick-mason father only had a sixth-grade education, but he preached to his son about the importance of staying in school. He used to talk about that all the time, Wright told a Columbus, Georgia newspaper in 2007. And during the summer, when I was out of school, he used to insist that I go out on the brick pile and get out in that sun. That was to guarantee I stayed in school. Struggling to find a college in the South that would admit a black student, Wright landed at The Ohio State University, where he was admitted in 1955 and graduated in 1960 with a degree in optometry. After graduation, Dr. Wright returned to Columbus, Georgia, hoping to establish his optometry practice, but was rejected when he applied for a U.S. Army commission and blocked from working as an optometrist at Fort Benning. After returning to Columbus, Ohio, and starting his practice on Mount Vernon Avenue, a visit from Wright's mother, sharing the early experiences of the civil rights movement, convinced him to return home. A foot soldier in the civil rights movement, Dr. Wright was one of many joining Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in completing the march from Selma to Montgomery after the Bloody Sunday assaults by Alabama state troopers on marchers including John Lewis on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in 1965. Recalling the taunts and objects being thrown at marchers as they walked into Montgomery, Dr. Wright said there was no turning back. We were not going to be deterred. In his hometown, Dr. Wright also participated in local actions, including picketing a whites-only barbecue stand in the heart of the town's black community. After being elected 3 times in the late 1960s and 1970s to city council in Columbus, Georgia, Wright was tapped by President Ronald Reagan to serve as Associate Administrator for Minority Small Business Administration in the early 1980s. Dr. Wright would eventually leave his federal post to establish Dimensions International, a leading-edge technology company that provides systems engineering, information technology, and airspace management to the government and private sector. An NAACP Achievement Award winner, Dr. Wright has been named Man of the Year by the National Federation of Black Women Business Owners, Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year in Technology Services in 2001, and the 2007 Boy Scouts of America Distinguished Citizen Award among his many accolades. In recent years, Dr. Wright took an integral role in establishing the $540 million National Museum of African American History and Culture, the 19th Smithsonian Museum developed in our nation's capital. As chairman of the Presidential Commission leading the project, Dr. Wright fought tenaciously to bring to life the Smithsonian's 19th Museum right where it belongs, on the National Mall. During work on the project, he was reunited with fellow Selma marcher, the late Georgia Congressman, John Lewis. Married to his high school sweetheart, the late June Russell, the Wrights have a son, Russell T. Wright, and a daughter, Kimberly Wright Lavender. At his core, Dr. Wright said he considers himself, first and foremost, an activist dedicated to his community and family.
There were a lot of people that planted seeds in my life that led to academic and professional pursuits. But first, let me start with my parents, my mom and dad, Robert and Pauline Wright. And then they planted the seed that failure was not an option. And I started my career at Ohio State with remedial math and English. But that made me dedicate myself that I can do this. And as a result of that, I worked hard. I tried hard, I did extra work, studied hard, made a lot of friends, matured a lot, and Ohio State, whatever I am, Ohio State is a bedrock that launched me to my career. The advice I give to the next generation is that you gotta work hard, you gotta be focused, you gotta set goals, and you gotta work toward those goals. You can't let other people influence the outcome of your life. And you have to stand on your own feet, and nobody can do it but yourself. Well, it all started to me with family. And I can't thank my parents enough. I can't thank my aunts and uncles that helped me along the way. I can't thank my wife, my late wife, who was with me when we launched this together. I got married when I was 23 and she was 21. Both of us just out of college. And so with her, it was a 50-year journey until she passed. And all the rest of my family, my cousins, my brother, all the members of his family as well. It's just, I just can't thank people enough. And I appreciate Ohio State for bestowing upon me this honor as well.